The stalwart patrons say their names with reverent pride. Hello Trynacut viewers, Trynacut here. Thought I'd do a channel update video, because I haven't done one of those in a while. And I'm going to do it on Urban Reign, which I'll explain in a minute, but just a quick go on the 4-player Battle Royale mode against that piece of shit computer. The reason I've chosen this game is because I'm playing through this for a third time. Those who've watched the channel for a long time know that I played through this as Throthgar twice. Once just with the main game, and then once again with the Dwayne Chronicles, playing through with the Dwayne character. And I'm doing it a third time with the emo character, Pack. But I'm doing it for patrons only. You know, that was the vid that went up yesterday for patrons. And that's kind of what I was talking about. I'm going to talk about here, that there's not going to be a video that goes up every day anymore. Most of the time there will be, but because I'm making a bunch of vids for Patreon, like I'm playing through Zelda Breath of the Wild on Patreon, I'll be playing through Mario Kart 8 on there, and Super Mario World 3D, and Monster Hunter 3, and all the Wii U games I bought, basically. Mario Maker, Smash Brothers. I'm basically gonna be doing loads of playthroughs for patrons on there, because, you know, the patrons are paying, keeping this channel alive, so I'm rewarding them with exclusive stuff. Because those who are observant see that the views aren't good enough on the channel to sustain it. So without the patrons, this channel would have gone under. So me and Geo that run the channel, we owe those guys a lot. So I'm trying to give them more stuff, but, you know, most of the time I've got time to make a video for them and still put one up on the channel. I didn't yesterday because my folks were over here because they'd just gone away on holiday, and they stopped at mine for a night, and I can't voice videos if someone else is in the house. I just feel too stupid being Throthgar with my folks around, you know. Although my mum used to say playing video games would get me nowhere when I was a kid, but she was wrong. I was a game tester and made a living out of it, and then I make a living out of YouTube, so I proved her wrong. Of course, we'd like to encourage more people to be patrons, of course, because the views are getting steadily worse. Geo's currently doing videos for Machinima, GTA ones. That's kind of what he's been doing and stuff. Obviously, you'll notice that as he plays with, you know, the Kickboxing banana character on the Dark Souls playthroughs, and he never joined me on the third one because often he's busy with stuff like that behind the scenes, on, you know, for like Machinima and stuff. And also, he's not really into video games much anymore. And to be honest, I wasn't until I got myself a Wii U and a 3DS. I basically haven't played anything Nintendo since the GameCube, really, and I've missed that, you know, great company and Mario and all that stuff. I'm playing with Brad here, by the way, in this thing. This isn't a live commentary. I tried to do it live, but the Urban Reign is too tense, as people seen from the Rage videos, how mad I get on this game. It's because I love fighting games. I love, you know, fist fighting games, and the only fist fighting games we get anymore is one-on-one fighters, you know, and they're boring nowadays, really. Why don't we get more like, that's why I like Yakuza, you know, but I stopped playing that on the channel because the views sucked. But I was really enjoying it myself. But I can't really play stuff on the channel if the views drop below like 4,000, because that's not a lot of views either. But, you know, I remember when we first started YouTube, if I did a Throthgar Let's Play, I used to get 30, I mean, like, the Throthgar plays Skyrim at 30,000 views in a day, and some of those are on 100 and something thousand views now. I don't know why a lot of my fans got bored of watching me and then don't get bored of these other YouTubers who do the same thing over and over, but who knows? Maybe because a lot of my fans are more adults, and adults get bored more than kids do, I don't know. But yeah, I just want to talk about the Patreon and stuff that you get on there, aside from these obviously exclusive Let's Plays, which I'll show some clips of at the end. We give a lot of free games away on there as well. We get a lot of codes for games from like Machinima, often. And we give away a lot of those codes on there for games. I can't remember some of the names of the stuff we've given away now, but like Battlefield 4 and all kinds on there. It's obviously picked at random from the patrons, but it's only given to patrons. I've also done some music playlists on there, like there's a playlist I've made of all the music that was used in Dark Souls that the patrons get. And I think I'm doing one for the Billy Hashtag's Positive playlist. And I'll be making a few more kind of playlists, like maybe Throthgar's favourite 80s rock. I don't know yet. And if you are a patron, you haven't got this stuff, make sure you check all the patron posts. Because I also did a load of Worms Let's Plays with Throthgar and loaded the characters playing Worms as well on Patreon. And if you haven't seen those, go down on the Patreon page, you can read all the posts. As for the main channel, the plan is to sort of probably keep playing random games, I think. Because people often watch the first part of a lot of my Let's Plays, and then they don't watch the rest, so I often just do the first, you know, one bit on per game now, move on to something else. Unless I happen to adore the game or it's a Dark Souls type game. But yeah, sad to see the end of the Dark Souls franchise. Hopefully maybe it's not true and they'll do another one. I mean, or at least they'll make another type Bloodborne one where it's basically the same game. It's just not literally called Dark Souls. It's set in a slightly different universe, but it's the same basic formula. Well, I'm not really keen to see a Bloodborne 2, even though I did think it was a really good game. It wasn't for me. I just couldn't get into the combat of Bloodborne. I don't know, it just didn't feel right to me. I didn't like it. But it was a good game. As for the Surge, I'm not sure I'm going to continue with it or not, because I find the whole thing a bit of a maze. You know, I can't even find my way back to where the hell I last died in it. I don't know which way I go. All looks the same and I get totally confused. And it's already tough enough without worrying about that too. But yeah, so it's just finding time to make videos. So as I say, there won't be videos up every day on the channel though. I'll always try and make sure there is, but sometimes there won't be. But there'll always be a bit on Patreon. So if you're a patron and nOOb goes up, make sure you check the Patreon page to see what the video was. And if you're not a big fan of Zelda and Hyrule Warriors is the other one I've been playing and stuff, like I say, I'll be playing other things, like I say now, Urban Reign. We're even pondering maybe making the next TJ Laser in Mass Effect 2 patron only, because the views on that show have got crap now. And it takes a lot of effort to make a TJ Laser. And the only real reason I'm continuing with it is for the patrons, really, because I know a lot of those guys are fans of it, so. But that's not 100% I'm going to do that. I don't know yet. See how it goes. But it's finding time to write a script too, because, you know, people who've been around the channel a long time know that I'm really trying to get back into the movie game again. I've already made a feature film that got on cinemas, but only in England and didn't come out anywhere else really. A short film I did won Comic-Con back in 2008. And then just sort of stumbled into YouTube in the midst of all that, and then kind of got caught up in it, because screenwriting is really difficult. You can't do it just when you've got an hour free occasionally. I need an entire half a day to dedicate to it without interruption, and if I'm stressing about a YouTube video I have to make, or I've got to stop to do chores, etc., you know, the typical things like cleaning your house and going food shopping and stuff, it all just, and obviously I still weight train and everything, you're just finding time to then write is a nightmare. Luckily, every time I watch interviews with top Hollywood screenwriters, heroes of mine and stuff, they always talk about how they are the same and they find it a nightmare to write and can often only write for 4 hours a day. And that's when they're doing writing full time and they still can only do it for 4 hours a day. I don't have 4 hours a day free most of the time. I'm trying to find it and still do YouTube and the other day-to-day stuff. It's difficult to do. I find writing nightmarishly difficult. But the next script I'm working on is kind of a low-budget one to make with my own money or something really, really cheap. Just so I'll be in control of the film to make sure it goes to festivals and does come out in the States and stuff. Which I wasn't in control of my feature film that I already made. I was a hired gun on that really, and I'm not going to let that happen again. Unless it's a professional film. You can do something low budget, do it yourself. You can only rely on yourself. So in the comments, what kind of games do you want to see? Bearing in mind that I'm not going to play through the whole game. People obviously donate games as well and stuff, and most of the time I only do one video on it, so if you're going to donate a game, know that. I mean, sometimes I play through the whole game like Heavy Rain and stuff, but I wasn't planning on playing through the whole game. It was just because I saw that you could really make fun of that game. So I thought it was quite a funny video. I knew that even though it didn't do great views, I knew hardcore fans of the channel would like it. Somebody recently donated Abe's Odyssey, and I can't get it to work on Steam. It just won't load up. Double click on it, it just goes to black and switches itself off. So anybody know how to fix that, let me know so I can play it. I might try and do some more Age of the Barbarian, because surprisingly the views have been okay on that, which I didn't expect. But I'm stuck on that boss. I'll have to see if I can find some tip videos or something and see how you beat the damn thing. Because that game's actually quite funny. It's easy to make fun of as well, so... But any games you want to see me play, just as one-offs. I don't know. Ideally funny, crazy games, if possible. I'm gonna do some more PS2 retro stuff, maybe PS1, and obviously the old school 16-bit era too. As a final thought, guys, if you're like me, you're getting a little bit bored of the video game industry now with its constant first-person shooters and games that are trying to be like movies instead of games, and we're just watching cutscenes instead of playing. Get yourself a Switch or a Wii U, because the new Zelda is fantastic, really. I don't think it's worthy of 10 out of 10. I don't think it's perfect. There's not many dungeons in it, which is a bit weird for a Zelda game, which means there's not many bosses. But it's definitely the most fun I've had in a game in a long time. And Mario Kart's still fun for some reason, even though it's basically the same game as it always was. I just think Nintendo is still fantastic. I hope the Switch does well. I never liked the Wii, I hated that thing, but I like the Wii U, it's good. Even the weird giant controller after a while, there's something kind of fun about playing games on that daft thing. If you're looking for something to play right now, you're bored of this sort of game scene at the moment like I was, try going back to good old Nintendo. They're probably one of the only old school game companies still doing well. I mean, Capcom have gone shit, and Konami have gone shit, and Sega have gone shit. Nintendo is still really good. God help them when Miyamoto eventually retires. So this was a channel update video, people. If possible, I'll try and get another video up today, a let's play or something, because I'm doing this first thing in the morning today. It takes a long time to render and upload videos. My internet always takes fucking like 2 hours for a video to get uploaded at least. It's fucking annoying, and I'm on a pretty fast 50 megs, whatever it is, second, and it's still too slow. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Even if you can't patron, liking, commenting, watching is still fantastic, and obviously extra special thanks to those patrons who keep the channel alive, no doubt about it. So like I say, watch to the end, a little bit of a trailer of some of the stuff that I'm putting on Patreon, and if you can help out in any way on there, it's much appreciated. So thanks for watching, guys. See you later. No, Emo! So close! Kick you in the face, Emo! Sir, turn your own throw against you, Zach. And now you're in a fucking emo combo you'll never forget, sucker! Oh, you missed with that mega kick, Emo. That was your opportune chance to bone immediately. The double emo. Hey! Is that Lincoln? Is that him? It is him! Me, alright, and what are you gonna do about it? You'll never get up here. What the? Where is he? I can smell him. I can smell him! You're not worthy of this one either, Link!